feels so strange, but this CommentForce takes place AS, after Switch. What's up, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. I've got Jake and Gabe beside me, and we are going through your words of wisdom. Got a whole bunch of your comments, and it's so strange that now the Switch is out, Zelda is behind us, and we are here.
Should it be AL after launch? Because the Switch isn't done.
Oh, that's true.
After Switch is not post-Switch.
Okay.
This is in the midst of Switch.
Okay,
it's
so
AL.
AL. Welcome to the AL CommentForce number 5. 4 CommentForce BL, and now 1 CommentForce AL.
Exactly.
Well, no, the other ones can still be BS before.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like thinking they were BS though. They were very like hypothetical and predictive, but they weren't really BS. Anyhow, what's up? How you doing?
Hi.
How's this post AL lifestyle treating you? Now let's kick things off with the comment from Deathman, who says we need Gabe merchandise. We respect the CND and SwitchForce Gabe. First of all, Gabe, kudos to you for being named in the same breath as CND. Second of all, what's your first piece of merch?
It's gonna be a hat, and I'm gonna come up with a logo for it. It's gonna be printed on New Era hats, and yes, it's just gonna be a hat.
I'm a little concerned though, because I don't know if this should be taken as a compliment, because Deathman is the one who's respecting you. So you're respected by the dead, apparently.
Hey.
So maybe you need to make like a coffin with your face on it.
Ooh,
A sugar skull.
Hey, for
That's
all your
good.
cremation needs, come to me. I got the fire.
All right.
Gabe will
That's
bury you
getting a little
with
dark.
his Switch. And we don't know if there's already going to be Gabe merch, but we do have a very sweet SwitchForce shirt. We made a shirt that is a launch edition special. So if you want to check it out, there's a link in the description, or you can click on the screen. And the cool part is every person that buys one of these neon shirts will be entered to win a Switch. We're giving away a neon Switch to share the AL love with one of you. All you got to do is tweet us a picture of your order confirmation, and they're neon shirts to symbolize the neon Joy-Con at launch, and they have 3317 written in Sheikah language on the back. So pretty darn cool thing. If you want to check it out, up to you, but one person who gets one will get a Switch as well. So that's a pretty nice double trouble package.
And don't listen to him. There will be Gabe merchandise at some point.
No.
Yes.
Colossus Gaming has a poem for us. Rockabye Switchy in the warm covers. When the game loads, the player will love. When the game's done, the player will cry, and down will come Switchy with a new game to buy. That's beautiful.
It's a nursery rhyme to lull you to sleep.
Dr. Seuss just watches us in the afterlife, AL, and he just writes to us sometimes.
You guys do know this is like Rockabye Baby, which is not written by Dr. Seuss.
I know, Jake.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for taking everything too serious.
Okay.
If you guys want to know, Joy-Con Boys is a thing, but I also have Bicker Boys, because that's Jake and Gabe.
It's all love.
Rockabye Switchy is my new theme song. I also love the fact that he's predictive and hoping that they are going to have new games all the time. And I'm already looking forward to what is next. When is Binding of Isaac? I think it's supposed to be the 17th.
I don't know. I heard 15th. Am I crazy?
Probably. Next up, we have a comment from Alex Peraza, who has a different theory. He says, people look 3 times more attractive when holding a Switch in their hands. It's science. And I imagine, maybe not this weekend, but eventually we probably will have some, romantic Switch meetup stories. And I'm excited to hear them.
I'm excited to go into, a downtown area and just see people walking around holding a Switch, not even playing it, just holding it in front of them as they walk down the street to look more attractive.
Ooh. Is that how you're going to find your wife?
I'm not even thinking that far ahead.
Next week's not that far.
Jake's more one of those, late life. He's a geriatric married permanent man.
Next.
Arc Trooper 5s comes in with a unique opinion. Hashtag Ganon did nothing wrong.
Ark, we beg to differ.
I don't know that this is a very popular opinion, but hey, let's give a voice to all the people. And I imagine a world where Ganon is the poor, just sad villain, sad hero who is just constantly attacked by this villain over and over again through all eras of time.
This darn hero of time, he won't let me do my thing.
And the Bokoblins and Ganon are sad. Daddy Ganon can't even keep his children alive. Unique opinion, Arc Trooper.
Bokoblins are not Ganon's children.
What if they are?
They're not.
Plot twist. Anyhow, I really like this comment.
That's the plot twist? Not that Ganon is the good guy. The plot twist is that Bokoblins aren't his children.
The plot twist is that Ganon has a family. It's like, how Bowser has all his kids.
Siblings?
Yeah.
Wait, is there a mom Bowser?
No. Gabe, you need to invent a game called Mom Bowser.
Mrs. Bowser.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Where did it
They
go?
like Mrs. Pac-Man. I want you to make Mrs. Bowser.
I'll start working on it.
Oh, goodness. Geo Boy says, this may be my top favorite video of all time now. Thank you for blessing my soul. And that's in reference to Switch in bed. Thank you, Bulba. We're glad that we have your support. But just wanted to touch on this briefly because look, most of our videos are serious. They're discussions, they're opinions, they're predictions, they're reviews, but occasionally we do like to have some fun. And while the subject of Switch Anywhere is a very serious and awesome feature, we know that the videos were a little goofy and intentionally corny, and we kind of just wanted to have some fun and bring you something different, a different style of video than our typical discussion, and kind of showcase the Switch in more of a silly and fun way. So if you found it corny, well, they were intentionally corny, and we hope that you're okay with the occasional fun video, because we're fun people, and we like to kind of mix it up.
Yeah, those videos will probably keep happening. Not that exact style always, but we're gonna have some silly stuff sometime. We're
I think it's just about enjoying and having fun with games and life.
yes.
That's kind of our MO. Jake, weigh in on this.
I'm just glad that we have the grass type Pokemon vote.
Thank you.
That's all we need.
All right, VGF80 into some more serious questions. The only explanation to friend codes that I can come up with is that you should make friends with the people you know in real life, not strangers that you never met. So his idea is that friend codes are a stranger danger,
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense in a way.
which is very true.
Yeah, to, like prevent you from like friending jerks that like will like ruin your game experience.
better hide.
It's like you're like, oh wow, I just played Mario Kart with Big Candy 88. I'd better friend him. But now with the friend code, you're like, wait, that was 127999643.
Well, no, you can still friend like people that you recently played with.
That's true.
So yeah.
The system is a leak.
Come on, Reggie.
gotta-
No,
Mario on
I
it.
think he's just saying to encourage
Yeah.
you to spend time with your real friends
Yeah.
rather than just this random
Yeah.
internet web of people.
I mean, the entire Switch concept is pretty much like interaction with the people around you. So friend codes, while annoying, we found it to be a quick entry. I mean, it stinks to do as opposed to just type in, Big Candy 88.
Well,
but
I mean, some gamer tags are incredibly
That's
difficult
true.
to like decipher
XXX underscore, it's the biscuit with a Z.
with all different lowercase and capitals.
All right. Maxtertube with a little Snipper Clips love here says, I think this game shows the genius of Nintendo. The simplicity and yet the intensity of such a simple concept is genius. It feels like you could or should have invented it yourself, but at the same time, there's no way you could have. I really like this guy. I like his train of thought. I feel like this will be one of their best but most simple multiplayer games that anyone can jump into. As genius as Mario Kart and Smash Bros., but of course the most simple levels. Maybe number one in the simple multiplayer games genre. Plus, the genius is, it's one of those one more go type games, and no matter what the next game or next challenge is, you feel like you can win. Genius. More than meets the eye, more than the sum of the parts. Optimus.
Like his little Transformers thrown at the end there.
A very, very clever way of discussing what is really one of the gems of the Switch launch lineup. And
My second favorite game.
I was going to say,
My
blasphemy.
what I was gonna say is my favorite multiplayer game, but RMX is up there, unfortunately. Because
Unfortunately.
no, I want Snipper Clips to have all my love.
Okay.
But back to this comment, I mean, I feel like this really kind of defines what Snipper Clips is, and really shows that it's not just like a kid's game as we've seen, and it is very challenging and extremely fun to play with.
Yeah,
anyone.
and no matter how smart some of you claim to be in the comments, some of those will give you a hard time. We guarantee it.
They're tough challenges.
Not if you watch our walkthrough of how to do it.
Well, no,
then.
don't watch a walkthrough. Play them on your own, and then you'll have a hard time.
Unless you're a genius playing the genius game, then maybe you just breeze right through.
Genius.
Either way, yeah, I think it is a very clever concept, and I love the fact they were able to execute such a simple idea that could have been so mundane. Like, if it was just like color form shapes, but the fact they add personality, they add some cool multiplayer, they add some 4-player, they add some blitz mode, it's great. And it's only $20.
Yep.
Michael Kelly, with a little bit more sad news, says, I got my special edition of Breath of the Wild. In Australia, it came with everything near special, except for the carrying case. And we saw this a lot, that people in other countries did not get the case.
My favorite part is that Donald Trump even says it's stupid.
Yes, Donald Trump even agrees it's stupid. Isn't that one of the main things people want it for? So Trump has a Switch. He's part of the AL life.
I'm not commenting on Trump.
Anyhow, the case is my favorite part, so I'm sad that it sounds like International Edition didn't get it. Maybe they'll sell the case separately at some point.
There was a lot of issues, like internationally, also with Amazon. So
And nationally.
sorry.
Sorry if Amazon screwed you over. We wish we could correct them, but unfortunately, we only have so much pull. Kevin Ramirez says, 1080p HD 60, 4-player split screen local, online, link up to 8 systems for local wireless. A fast remix is going to be epic. Everyone should download at launch. And Gabe, you referenced this. Like, that is another game that I think people kind of were unaware of that now is a hot ticket download for Switch.
And I'll say this, getting into the multiplayer is super easy, super seamless. There's a lot of people playing, obviously, because I just played a multiplayer match a little while ago, and I got in there in under a minute. It's awesome. I wish that you could play with friends online and things of that nature, but that's not happening quite yet. Fast RMX is great.
And it's only 20, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Snipper clips in that for 20 and 20. Like, honestly, if you want some real talk, I would buy Fast Remix and Snipper clips and not Bomberman. Soul Inhabitor says, I don't want to dirty the screen with my fingerprints, but the sound it makes when touching things on the screen is so satisfying. Why, Nintendo? And I feel you. I love those sound effects. It is like a sensual, auditory, euphoric experience. Are you guys touchers?
Not a toucher. I actually don't touch my screen very much at all.
I've been so enamored with the buttons that I haven't even needed to.
I will say it doesn't fingerprint as much as you're able to keep it pretty clean. You can wipe that thing real easily. But boy, I agree with you, Soul. It's definitely satisfying to touch. I like the sound effects.
Maybe it's something to throw in your Switch case and microfiber cloth.
There you go. Helmers 10 says, I imagine the reason why the games don't have any touch functionality is because that would be lost in a new docket, and I imagine Nintendo intended the docked and handled mode to be as equal as possible. Then Sir Moons lost his mind, says, regardless, when they release Mario Maker, nobody's going to make levels in the dock. There are some tasks where you just really want a touchscreen, nothing else would do. And this is kind of in reference to the discussion of, like, are there going to be touch-only games? There was an indie title, Voes, that is touch-only and can't be docked, and sort of this, like, interesting discussion of, like, do we want that? And so I wanted to ask you guys, do you want touch-only games, or do you think every game should have parity across dock and handheld?
Personally, to me, it doesn't matter a whole lot. If there's a game that's touch only that I know isn't for me, I'm just not going to play it. And the game can exist for those of you that do like it.
Do you think it affects, though, like the future development of the Switch or the positioning of the Switch?
No, because I think that the games that are going to be coming that are touch only are just ports of like iPhone games, because that's what that game is. It's out now on iPhone and Android if you want to play it.
Okay.
It's like a touch rhythm game.
I think it's silly to try to please everyone on every front. Like the Switch has so many functionalities. Why not make some games that showcase it exclusively? Yeah, I don't think that's a problem.
I'm not against it at all.
I don't mind, and I don't think it'll be for box games or AAA games. I think this is really going to be a limited, maybe some indies, some ports, like Gabe mentioned. So I don't think anything to worry about. Mario Maker will be interesting. If they ever port that, would they bring any sort of touch functionality? I think you can replicate it with
Yeah, so it's like either or.
Yeah, okay. Buzzy Renee and 235 others say there should be Rocket League on the Switch. We agree. Yes.
That'd be amazing.
Zach would love to lose at Rocket League on Switch.
But think about it. That'd be like the most epic local multiplayer experience with the mini Joy-Cons in your hands.
Sadly,
ever.
At that point, it becomes goodbye Fast RMX, but yes.
Well, they're totally different.
No, I understand.
Fast RMX can tide you over. It's not coming tomorrow.
Or is it?
Oh, okay.
It's not.
Come on, Psyonix, make it happen.
Yeah, we really want this. No announcement, obviously, yet, but it would be a really great touch. Until then, I will be very excited for Towerfall.
Yes.
Let's see. Clouds Are Nice, COM3, or C0M3 says, my wife wanted kids. Showed her the upcoming Switch games. Meh, we can always have kids later. Thank you, Nintendo. So, a family was avoided because of Switch. I'm not sure if we should be applauding or
he
frowning.
made a smart decision. He wasn't going to spend half his time with his kids and half his time with Switch. Now he's waiting to give his full attention to his kids. So I would give him props.
I'm with the Cloud.
For delaying his family a little bit.
There you go.
Till he can give it his full attention.
Right, so you have to wait till AS, not AL, but AS, in order to have babies.
Babies, yes.
Gotcha. Anonymous5401 says, the Switch. You'll come for either Zelda or Mario, but you'll stay for the indie games and other third-party developers that you can take wherever you go. And I like this thought that Zelda and Mario are the lure, but then you get to experience Snipper Clips and Fast RMX and eventually SteamWorld Dig 2 and a whole lot of other stuff. Hopefully, that includes AAA third-party.
Blaster Master.
Or is it Master Blaster, Gabe?
Nope. Guys, sorry about that, by the way. For anyone that cares that saw that video, sorry. I know. Blaster Master. Got it.
Gabe was so sleepless from the Switch launch that he was inverting
That's
orders.
the other thing. We're doing work over here, kind of.
I just like that also, the Switch has so many, games for a variety of people. There's some, fun, games that are pretty easy, like Snipper Clips. But then there's, the games upcoming, like Celeste, which looks insanely hard and, challenging.
Snipper Clips is also hard and challenging.
Yeah, and even though it's a small lineup, it already is quite eclectic. Zelda, 1-2 Switch.
Just Dance.
Yeah, a lot of variety. I like it. Alex Peraza makes a repeat appearance. Is he the first repeat CommentForcer?
No. Happened during Zelda.
Gotcha. Just got back from the store with my Switch. Holy moly, this thing is tiny, you guys. Don't believe anyone who says it's not portable. First thing I did was slide it in my jeans pocket. Fits perfectly. The Joy-Con are crazy small too, but I like how they feel. Even the dock is smaller than I imagined. Unfortunately, I really need to finish up some work before I can start playing around with it, but that's my immediate fresh out of the box impression. Just want to throw someone's impression in here, and a couple of things I want to point out here. One, I can't fit it in my pocket. I tried at the airport and it fell.
It fit in mine.
Into my hand, luckily. But I guess I just have small. It's not smallness; it's the shallowness. Because the Switch is long. I need deep pockets.
It fits in my basketball shorts pocket, so I'm cool.
Jake, have you had any pocket experience?
I have not yet, but I'm excited to see what the Switch will fit in.
Also, I wanted to ask you guys: are the Joy-Con is Joy-Con? Jake, wow. Joy-Cons plural or Joy-Con plural?
Singular.
No, wait, that's not masculine.
Joy-Con is plural.
Okay, that's what I've been saying.
Yeah, I think so.
So like, hey, bring all your Joy-Con.
Yeah, I don't think it's Joy-Cons. No
Okay.
S. In my opinion, I don't know.
So that's Switch grammar school for you. But thanks, Alex, for sharing your impression. Hopefully you got your work done. Hopefully you're enjoying it. I like this one. Lucky Mation says, sorry, Portal 2, but the new game that breaks friendships is Snipper Clips.
Or makes them stronger. What's a relationship without some adversity?
I think that the two of you should test all your future significant others with Snipper Clips. And if they're compatible with you there, then they
Have you done
pass.
this?
That's totally...
Have you tried this test on yourself first?
No, because my relationship is BS. No, before Switch.
Okay, this is... What you said is definitely something I'm going to take into account, though. I promise you play Snipper Clips with whoever my significant other will be in the future.
Thank you, Gabe. And thank you, Lucky. JQ0916 says, wouldn't it be cool if you could create your own level in Snipper Clips? I think so.
It would take a lot of forethought.
I don't think so. This isn't something I get behind. Zach, you take it away.
I like this because it reminds me of Mario Maker, and now it's Snipper Maker, and I want to make all sorts of great, like, think about all the options. Like, you could have the bird eggs, you could have the heart collecting. There's a lot of great stuff, and I would love to see, sort of like Little Big Planet, most levels are going to be real short and real junky, but the people that invest are going to make amazing creations, and I think that'd be super fun to see. Probably not going to happen, but hey, throw it in Snipper Clips too. The Brown Lamb says, now that's how you do a review, in reference to our Switch system review. So well thought out and just straight to the point. Really well done, man. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. To me, the Switch is a total game changer, he says. However, I cannot help but feel certain key features are being overlooked or taken for granted. Your points prove otherwise, and I really think Nintendo is onto a winner here. To be able to seamlessly switch between a home and portable console, in which I can take anywhere I want, is an incredibly exciting thought. Absolutely cannot wait to pick mine up tomorrow night. It's gonna be worth the wait. I have no doubt of that. Sorry for the yawns. We have been up late here, but I hope that you were up late with the Switch and enjoying it for all those hours. Yeah, I definitely think it's important to focus on what the Switch set out to do and how well it does it. Because this isn't trying to compete, power for power with some of the others. It's a whole new idea, and I really love it. And I also wanted to let people know, because we've seen a number of comments, we are in no way sponsored by Nintendo, obliged to say nice things about Nintendo. We're not part of the Creators Program. We have our own opinions that are completely allowed to be good, bad, in between. And I think you've seen that, even with some of these guys not really liking the Pro Controller at first, or different opinions on Bomberman, or different thoughts on Mario Kart, or things like that. So we never are going to force a 10 out of 10 review. We have no incentive to do that, and there is no behind the scenes sponsored things going on.
We promise.
Yes. Okay. So now that is handled, Night Ninja comes in saying, a few months ago you guys were wondering if it was a home console that you can bring on the go or a handheld that you can dock. I'm glad to see that you think of it as a home console that you can bring on the go. What does Jake and Gabe think of it? Handheld that you can dock or a home console that you can bring on the go? Love this channel. Keep up the good work, guys. Thanks.
All right, I could go first here because I believe that lately I've been playing the Switch the most out of all of us. Zach's played it the most total because he had it before us. Mm-hmm. But I've been playing in bed, just like I said I would. That is exactly what I'm doing.
You used my Switch in bed tutorial to learn how to play the Switch?
Yeah. I have a candle and everything. But my Zelda experience so far has been all handheld.
So you're the opposite. You're handheld that you can dock.
Yeah, to me that's what I've been using it as. But I'm also not home. I'm with you, so I don't have my own setup here, things like that. Maybe at home I'll play on the bed. On the TV a little bit more. I don't have that option here. Because we're here getting stuff ready for the launch for you guys, but that's been my experience.
I don't think of it as either. I just think of it as like a hybrid. It's like, why
that's
would
fair enough.
Yeah, why would you think of it? I don't know. Why would you try to define it as one that can be the other when it's kind of just like an amalgamation in the middle? And so I just think of it as a kind of like a fluid system that can be anything you want it to be.
That's probably the best way to look at it.
Yeah, and I think however you look at it is really okay because it's what works for you, right? If it works for you to be more of a portable that sometimes you play at home, great. If it works for you to be more of a home that sometimes you take on the go, great. If it works for you to just be anything randomly, kind of like Jake's, that's great too. And
it's not even randomly. It's just why would I put a label on it?
Okay.
It's not home console. It's not handheld. It's the Switch.
You're just an open. Yeah, there you go.
It's just label it as the Switch. What it is.
I like it. I like that. I like it. Thanks, Night Ninja. Justin Nation says, terrific review because it's measuring how well Nintendo accomplished what it set out to do, rather than dwell on what would traditionally be one of nitpicking. I want to know how well it executes being a hybrid console, period. Going in, I understand it won't be like the other consoles in terms of power, especially at that price. Thanks for being honest and reviewing it for what it was made to do. It absolutely was honest. I know you hope for that, and your hope is rewarded because we were totally honest. And yeah, I like this idea. You know, we've seen some reviews say like, oh, 6.7, blah, blah, blah. And like, those are valid opinions. I do feel that it's reviewing it as like a direct competitor to the PS4.
Which it doesn't try to be at all.
Right.
So I don't understand it.
It fits its own slot, and I like that Justin was looking for, you know, review it for what it is and how well they do what they set out to do. And I think that's a good way for us to approach a lot of things. You know, for example, you know, rather than compare Horizon and Zelda, review them individually for what they set out to do and how well they accomplish it. Rather than compare the Switch and PS4, review them individually for what they set out. And clearly, Nintendo and the Switch set out to be something totally different.
Again, this is why I don't try to label it as something in the past. Yeah. It's moving into the future and it's something brand new, so why not look at it as that?
Ricky Leon says, a moment of silence for how responsive the home button is.
Moment of silence?
I do think that the snappy interface is it's amazing. I love the fact that it's so darn fast. Gold 1515 comes in with a little more lyricism. Would you like to play it on a plane? Would you like to play it on a train? Would you rather play it here or would you rather play it there? It's the Nintendo Switch. You can play it anywhere.
Again, that's the point. Dr.
Seuss coming in along with his 799 wubbles. Is a wubble a thing for Dr. Seuss? What's the thing for Dr. Seuss? Lorax?
Yeah, that's a
Sneeches?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Next.
Sneeches.
I like your thinking, Gold. Dominique Boy Names comes in with something that I thought was like a really interesting little discussion. He says, I prefer the basic font that is on the side of 1-2 Switch, to be honest. Would look a lot nicer if all the games on the shelf matched. And then Jaxter comes in and says, I can tell that all my games are going to have different fonts, which will really trigger my OCD. And I wanted to know what you guys thought about how, like, the main, like, Nintendo games, like Legend of Zelda, 1-2 Switch, it's just straight up, a font. And then Bomberman has the logo on the side, which does look a little jarring when they're all lined up next to each other. But does that, like, bother you guys? Would you rather them? Do you like the idea of having, like, the logo on the side for more of a fun spine? Or would you prefer more of a standardized, simple font spine and then all the fun on the front and back?
I don't put games like in a shelf or anything. Doesn't bother me at all. PS4 and Xbox One already have like random stuff on the spines, don't they?
I do really like the cleanness of the simple font of Breath of the Wild and 1-2 Switch. Like Bomberman is fun looking, but like I see what you're saying about having them all be nice together. That'd be pretty cool.
And yeah, most other platformers do just like the whatever, like match the font doesn't match, right? And the logo is on the spine. But I think it makes it feel like more of a high-end collection when all the fonts are the same. Like, it reminds me of, like, some of those Blu-ray collections you can buy that are, like, really, like, pretty and really nice looking, where they're, like, a whole studio's collection or whatnot. Or
Criterion.
Yeah, that one. That's what I was thinking of. Anyhow, I'm sorry that it affects your OCD. Maybe they will, surely someone will come out with custom inserts like they have for, like, 3DS and Game Boy and stuff like that. Winter Song says, what happens if you try to put a DS or 3DS game inside the Switch?
They don't fit. They're nowhere near the same size.
Don't do that. Don't try to force it in. They're not anywhere near the same size. And also, please don't hurt the baby Switch. It's barely AL, and so we need to be extra careful with the Switch.
I really like that abbreviation.
I like thinking of my life as broken up into these segments by events that are important to me, like the Switch launch.
All right.
And like meeting you guys, which one day we'll have to tell that story. But for now, I think that's going to wrap up Comment Force number 5. Thank you for all your support and feedback this week. It's been an amazing week. We have had a lot of new Switch Forcers added to the channel, and we really appreciate all of you newcomers as well as all of you long-timers. Thank you for supporting us and making this such an awesome place for us to enjoy and play and have a great time with Switch together. Keep the comments coming. We'll have another one next weekend. For now, I just want to say that I'm so glad it's AL. And now we get to adventure in the AL time sphere together with our Switches, with each other, and with hope for many more years of AL life.
Into DS during Switch.
Whoa. The DS was before the Switch, though. It's a time loop.
Switchception.
Switchception. DS is after Switch, but DS is before Switch.
Okay, before you hurt your brain,
this is like
outro
turning into Scientology.
Do I need to take over?
No, I got you. Anyhow,
Okay.
Thanks so much. Keep the comments coming. Check out the shirts that you want. Until next time, everybody, we love you, we appreciate you, and we are going to play more Switch. So for myself, Jake, and Gabe, Switch Force out.